Okay, so here we are at the top of Emerald Mound, which is just towards the end of the Natchez Trace, or the beginning of it if you're coming from Natchez. It is approximately 1 million degrees today and 500% humidity. We're on top of the Emerald Mound, and we're on top of the bit that would have been a temple, and it was all built by Native Americans I think 1,000 years ago. And used up until about, now the sign says 1600, but the book says that's wrong. It was used until 600, not 1600, so it's been abandoned for a long time. And this whole thing was constructed based on a natural hill. If you look over here, you can see how far down we are, or how far up we are. So you've got an initial ridge there, and then down there is the actual base of the mound. So I'm going to walk down the steps, and then you can start to see the what. That down the other end is the other end of the whole complex. And according to the sign, this would have been used for ceremonial purposes. Now, there is Tom. So we've got some little wooden steps down the mound. It feels like being outside. If you've ever stood outside an air conditioner, the outside bit where it blasts the hot air out into the street, it feels like that, but hotter and more humid. So this is the runway to the second smaller mound. We won't walk all the way over to there because I need to get back in the car before I melt. But this is where we just were, at that mound there. So we'll walk back to the car, and I'll carry on videoing so that you can see the full height of the mound from the base. Actually, the heat's not too bad when you get used to it. Well, I suppose when you're walking around anyway. So here's a little description of what happens. You can see here the original rough shape of the hill, and then this bit here is where the native Indians use earth to build it up. That's the base of the mound there, where we are now. All the way along you've got these little huts here, and then at the end you've got that smaller mound. Okay, so walking away from the mound now, and you can start to get a better idea of the shape of it. So it's a little bit wobbly, but you know, I don't have one of those fancy Steadicam things. Mark Pizzy, if you're watching, I apologise for the crappiness of the video. There you go. That's the full site. And of course we're just at the top now, so like I said, I'll carry on videoing so you can see just exactly what was achieved. There's little, I was going to say Marco Polo, but that was our old car. That's Midget. Okay. So there you go. You can start to see what's happening. There you go. So I don't know if you can tell from the colouring, but that incline there takes you up to, up to there, takes you up to level with that sign I just showed you. And then up there, which is another 30 foot, up to there, is the top of the mound where the video started. And let's just see if I can glean any more information for you from these very helpful signs that they have posted about. Let's have a quick look and see. Second largest temple mound in the United States. Only Monk's Mound in Cahokia, Illinois is larger. It's an 8-acre mound and used from 1300 to 600 by the Mississippians, ancestors of the Natchez Indians. I think they've missed out a BC on there. Apparently, unlike dome-shaped mounds constructed only for burials, Emerald Mound supported temples, ceremonial structures and burials of complex societies, civic and religious leaders. So that's what we've just shown you. So now we're going to get back in the car, there it is, and do the rest of the drive to Natchez. Okay, bye. Bye, Tom.